Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Leadership, I study a lot of leadership. Leadership is so important. Personal leadership, professional leadership, it doesn't matter, especially now during crisis. And, COVID has been like a roller coaster. Here it is. And it's never really been gone, but you know what I'm saying. But I have found the best leaders are the ones that are kind of enchanted. And when I say enchanted, I mean the ones that understand who they are. Because you can have a money mindset, and that's all people talk about. Let's get a money mindset, let's, figure things out. But if you don't have a success mindset, then leadership is hard. Leadership's hard, period. I don't care what you're leading. Whether you're leading your children, your dog, your business, your own business, your team, or corporation, it is hard. Because leaders are on the front line. They're the first ones the paper seeks out. They're the first ones when things go bad. Not always the first one when things go good, but always when things go bad. Everybody goes to them and says, hey, what are you doing? How are you handling this? And if you don't understand who you are at your core, then you're going to be challenged. When I first started being a CEO, I did not know who I was. I had so many inner voices and so many inner demons that my first couple years of leadership, I was an epic failure. I couldn't keep staff to save my life. I would hire, in my opinion, good people, but they always seemed to leave, and abruptly. Not really. One left because she went back to the church, and the other one left abruptly. So my board was always like, Karen, we're just not sure. You're really good at, the energy and getting people to come to events and all that, but we're not sure you as a leader. So I really, really had to focus because I couldn't allow myself to have that void. It was too important to me for the job and for the mission to have that void. So I studied so much on leadership. I can't even tell you guys. And, to me, again, everything goes back to your shadows. It's the belief system you have about success. And I just read a quote, and oh my gosh, I wish I could put neothic. I don't know. I'll post it later. If you can't see it, you can't be it. Bottom line, if you can't see yourself as a lawyer, I don't know why I keep saying lawyer. You can't see yourself as a leader, if you can't see yourself as a top salesperson, if you can't see yourself as a great parent, as a great wife, as a great leader, anything. If you can't see it, you can't be it. You can see working for a corporation, and I see this a lot with my clients. They can see working for a great corporation, but they struggle when they start their own business. Because as I talked about before, when you're in a corporation, you're behind a corporate name. When you're in your own business, you're behind your name. And if you don't have that leadership confidence, if you don't know who you are, what you believe in, what you're going to stand for, what you're not going to stand for, then the struggles arrive. And I've seen so many people that have the potential to be great leaders, but they panic because they can't figure it out, because they didn't take the time to get to know them. Everything in life revolves around you, meaning if you don't understand you, it's a struggle. And like I said, I've spent 20 years now trying to figure myself out, because new level, new devil. Every time you up level your life, somebody else or something else is going to come into your life and kind of throw you off key, because the universe's job is to have you keep continuously learning, continuously growing, continuously seeking. You should always be seeking. You should always be looking for answers, because that is the most important thing. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, Allie Brown's Glambition Radio. Really a great podcast. Check it out. And she was interviewing this very highly successful CEO. And she said, the question I always ask is, this is what my goal is. This is what I want. What needs to be true to get there? So if there's something you want that you want, what needs to be true to get there? As a leader, what needs to be true to be a good leader? For me and for you. Everybody's answer is going to be different. So it needs to be true for you to be a good leader. And once you start asking those questions, leadership's never going to be easy. But once you kind of know who you are, when you get into a pandemic like this, I held my own. I mean, I had so many friends that were leaders that were struggling, just struggling, because so many things were being thrown at them. You know, phone was ringing off the hook with press and everybody, you know, regulators, politicians, everybody. And because they weren't confident in who they were, they struggled. Confidence is so important to understanding who you are, but more importantly is what's your North Star. And that's all within. You just have to ask yourself and bring it out. Let me see. Money is not the point. That success is not money. You know, exactly. And I think too many people make money the end game. And I mean, I like money. Don't get me wrong. I like money. But if I set a goal saying I want to earn, you know, whatever, 500,000 this year, 20,000 this year, 40,000 this year, whatever I set, that doesn't motivate me. And that's surprising because it used to when I was younger, until I understood who I was. Now when I say, you know, I want to help 3,000 women in 2021 heal their shadows so they can become the most powerful them they know and achieve their dreams, that lights me up. That gets me going. But everybody's different. I have a friend, if I put $10 out, we're golfing, and I say, I bet you $10 that I can outdrive you on this hole, she'll crush it because she's so competitive. But conversely, in that environment, sometimes she'll be like, you know, I'll bet you $10 you won't sink this putt. And they'd be like, I'm going to sink the putt because that's $10. But when it comes to bigger pictures, everybody reacts to different goals. And that's why I like to say, what is true for me for this to happen? Because it doesn't matter what's true for everybody else. It just matters what's true for you. What's true for you to be a great leader? What's true for you to have a great business? Only you can answer that. But as an enchanted leader, you can kind of go through the 9 steps. But it all begins and ends. Oh, there's the dog again. It all begins and ends with your shadows. It's your beliefs. Because if your beliefs don't support you, it's going to show up. It may not show up right away, but the universe will make sure it shows up. So, I mean, you may have a belief that, I don't know what that was. That wasn't good. I might have to check in on that. If you have a belief that, I really do have to check in on that. So I'm going to have to sign off here because I have no idea what that was. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.